So the Johnny Cash version of If I Were a Carpenter actually is in the key of A. So that uses A, G, and the D chord. However, since I can't sing that low, we're going to do it in the key of D. Excuse me. So that's just going to be D chord, C chord, G chord. La, 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 la. You can see it right there. So the whole song uses those chords. Now the only thing that you have to work on here is the strum pattern. So let's see if I can get the lighting is pretty bad here. Anyway, well, I'll just have to work on it. So I'll move my hand out of the way here. Okay, so whenever you're playing, say, the D chord, you're going to pluck the D string. All right, Mike, since you just left, I'll get back to this. So yeah, so whenever you're playing the D chord, I got to pull the computer down. What you're going to do is I call like pluck and strum. So you're going to pluck the D string. You're going to pluck down, like so. Pluck down, up, pluck down, up, pluck down. And if the video isn't on with the sound, just play along with the sound because I'm explaining it. You can get the idea from there. Also, if you listen closely, you can tell that I wasn't always hitting the D string. Sometimes I was hitting the A and the D string by accident. A couple times I hit the G string by accident. It doesn't really matter. Those mistakes, I mean, they're really minimal, and they don't affect how the song goes at all. So this is your strum pattern for the whole thing, like pluck down, up, down, and pluck down, up, down, and pluck down, up, down. One thing is when you're playing the D chord, try to have Mr. Thumb over here just touching the low E string to mute it. Same thing when you go to the C chord, except your bass note that you're going to be playing is on the A string. So instead of like on the D chord, it's on the D string. On the C chord, it's on the A string. Okay. Anyway. Ooh, my monitor went dark. Okay, so pluck down, up, down, pluck down, up, down. And then on the G chord, same idea, except since the bass note is right here on the low E string, I'm going to pluck the low E string. So pluck. All right, so that's the strum pattern with all the chords. All right. So now how the song is laid out is it's just you play D, C, G, D, D, C, G, D. Now before you get to that part, well, that's actually the verse part, the D, C, G, D. Before you get to that part, the song will start on just playing a G chord like. Something like this. If I were, I don't know how to sing it. So now I'm actually playing it wrong. So this is how it goes in the verse. D, C, G, D, D, C, G, D. D, C, G, D. And that's basically the speed of the song. You don't need to lift up your first finger like I'm doing sometimes on the D chord. So there's that, and the only other part is the chorus, which then I gotta think how that goes. Oh yeah, so it goes. Okay, so it starts off like. Actually, I gotta figure out the chorus and show that to you. But anyway, that's plenty to work on. If you get that stuff down, you will be golden. The chorus will be so easy after that because it just goes like. So it's either it goes C to D and then G to D, or G to D and then C to D. So that's really it. The hardest part I think is the strum pattern, and you already nailed it last time you were over for a lesson anyway. Yeah. So keep it real, man. Guys, have a great time in Dublin. Okay.